Welcome back to the show, everybody. We got a great one lined up for you today. Listen to these headlines. Twitter and crypto. It's getting big. Mass adoption coming. Millennials and their money. You'll be surprised what they're doing. U.S. inflation surges, and that helps everything crypto. Crypto taxes, they're not fun, but they're very real. ISO20022 in Europe. ISO20022 BNY Mellon. And guess what else? We've got 2 confirmation dates for going live with ISO2022. Somebody roll that beautiful intro.
This is Digital Perspectives with Brad Kimes. Subscribe for new content notifications. Now, here's Brad Kimes. Come on in.
Welcome back to the show, everybody. You can follow me on Twitter at BackupBradleyAbove, and everything that we're talking about here. $2.842 trillion market cap for cryptocurrency. Nothing to sneeze at this morning, although we are off by 4.23% collectively. We see a bit of sell-off taking those profits from yesterday that everybody was so happy to see. And we see 64,900 plus for Bitcoin. We see 4,700 plus for Ethereum. Solana ringing in at 239.37. Cardano at 209. XRP holding support now at 122. Look at the range here. 115.24 we dipped down all the way 2 hours ago in the overnight, and we see 134.61 was the high yesterday. So we'll keep an eye on where that goes. I will tell you that we do have Coins Kid before we get out of here today. We'll let you hear a few minutes of what he's talking about, and I think he's seeing more upside in our future. So right now we see more upside for crypto in general. Twitter launches a cryptocurrency team, ladies and gentlemen. That's right, looking to incorporate more and decentralized tech into the social media platform Twitter. Look, I think this goes hand in hand. We saw Facebook has recently changed their name to Meta. They're going to be introducing a lot of stable coin through purchases, crypto through purchases in gaming, bringing the virtual reality experience to the social media platform. It's official. People will be doing nothing with their actual physical life in the next 15, 20 years. They'll be building a fake life on social media platforms. And if we're all smart enough, we've invested in it to capitalize on it. There we go. So there it is. Not financial advice, but look, we got more bad news. Could be good news for all of us. And nobody wishes for bad news, right? But if you know where you're going to put your money based on what's happened economically, take a look at this. U.S. inflation surges to 30-year high. Protect your money with XRP and crypto, says XRP Crypto Wolf. I tell you this, I think Crypto Wolf makes a great point here, because the reality is that what do people with money do that poor people with money don't do? People with money buy assets. That's what they do, because every 20 years, inflation wipes out your money. Right? Poor people can't afford to buy assets. They get too frustrated because it takes long to save up the money to get those things. So what ends up happening? They get frustrated, they spend the money, they keep just a little bit to go month to month in their account, and they don't end up owning anything. And inflation just tears you up in a life cycle. So there it is in a nutshell. Thank God crypto's here, and gold and things like that nature too, right? Houses, property. These are assets, right? All of this is not financial advice, but certainly a perspective of where we're going. There's going to be a correction to come for all this money printing, ladies and gentlemen. It doesn't matter how you feel politically. There's going to be a pay-to-piper moment, and I plan to be in crypto assets and other things like that, so I'm not directly in dollars when it happens. Looking right here, we see rich millennials reportedly plow 90% of his money into crypto and shuns advisor from Goldman Sachs. How about that one? People are figuring it out, and it doesn't matter who it is, so I'm not going to go into it, but the reality here is that younger generations are clearly getting hip to crypto, even if they can't explain to you on the macro why it is such. Right? They understand that at least it's a hedge, a speculative hedge to the traditional markets, and that's what people are getting on the large part. Here we see, if you're going to keep your money straight, you got to know how to do it. And right here is new crypto tax reporting requirements for 2021, ladies and gentlemen. And right here, Volt Equity. And I went over this really in depth when it first passed, the bill, the infrastructure bill with crypto and the bad verbiage in it and what it means for all of us today. And I'm not going to go back through all of this other than to tell you, you better not try to evade the IRS or the government for your capital gains and losses for your crypto portfolio. It is now required that the exchanges give the information that you've done in transactions, buy, sell, hold, the whole bit, to the IRS, as well as issue that statement to you as well. So make sure you're on the up and up. If you don't know what to do, check out Clinton Donnelly, the crypto tax fixer, Donnelly Tax Law, in the description comment section. Big news for Polysign, ladies and gentlemen. Polysign. Yeah, it's coming. David Schwartz and Arthur Brito, the creators of Polysign, and that is a good sign for me. But they say that Polysign has partnered with Figment to offer Solana custody and staking on standard custody. If we go into this, I want to give you this part right here. Standard Custody CEO Jack McDonald credited Solana's recent growth to non-fungible tokens and decentralized finance, two of the blockchain's biggest and most lucrative use cases. Solana's presence in both sectors has increased dramatically in recent months. Listen to this. Institutional involvement in cryptocurrency sector has grown considerably over the past year, making a decisive shift in how traditional investors view digital assets. Since the launch of Bitcoin futures all the way back in 17 of December, we see the crypto sector has delivered institutional on-ramps, trading platforms, secure custody solutions, and new product offerings such as exchange-traded products, micro futures, and more recently, exchange-traded funds. I want to point out the non-fungible tokens and that these large institutions are seeing this as a lucrative use case. What else did we see just recently announced that they were going to be getting in the NFT world? It was the XRP ledger, right? The XRP ledger. And that to me is extremely exciting. NFTs are going to change a lot of different industries, music industries, real estate. I mean, it is going to really be a massive, massive shift. Now, here's a massive shift that's happening. And here's the good news. Not only do we have two different entities working towards an end goal here, we have the same date, November 2022. For ISO20022 for Europe, how to speak the new language of high-value real-time payments, ACI worldwide. Check it out. Additionally, almost all other European payment systems for cross-border payments, Step 1, Step 2, or Target 2, Euro 1, are in the migration phase of the ISO 20022 adoption, and with go-lives planned for November 2022. This means that in the near future, banks will be able to process their payments more efficiently, cost-effectively, with the beneficiaries' information flows containing all information in easily consumable fields. Apart from the compliancy aspect of such a significant effort, major central banks and financial institutions see a great opportunity to implement a robust and data-rich standardization strategy that will benefit the market participants. Listen here. However, standardization is not quite as simple as it sounds. Early implementations of the ISO 20022 are not quite the same as the new interbank formats that come into final effect in November of 2022. Again, getting that date put right out there in bold. A newer version of the ISO 20022 is required for European banks to manage changes in Target 2 and SWIFT systems, and the new version of the ISO 20022 is also going to be made mandatory for existing schemes like SEPA and SCT. What becomes clear is the ISO 20022 is more a dictionary than a complete language. The way each country scheme system and even each bank bilateral agreement may choose to leverage the ISO 20022 framework can vary, and bank solutions need to be able to handle, interpret, and translate them in all if they want to remain a part of the global financial services ecosystem. How about that one? Oh, it doesn't stop there. BNY Mellon launches the ISO 20022 hub as well. Take a look at this right here. Set for introduction in November 2022. We got two confirmations of November 2022 from two different entities. I'm telling you, this is pretty exciting to me. The ISO messaging system, or messaging standard, promises to have significant widespread impacts on the financial institutions across globe over the coming years. BNY Mellon Hub will share insights on the mechanics of the ISO 20022 transition and its strategic implications. It will provide educational resources, frequently asked questions, as well as expert insights to help industry prepare for the transition to new standard. Isabel Schmidt, head of direct clearing and asset account services products at BNY Mellon, says it's critical that institutions fully understand what's required for successful migration and begin to prepare for the transition starting now. Look, this is no longer any kind of speculation on anyone's point here, right? This is happening. This is going down. This is not our opinion anymore. Now, what can we say about this? Just because they switched to the ISO20022 language system doesn't mean they're going to instantly start settling with a crypto asset. Totally get it. But that's what the end goal is. Don't believe it. It's still true. That's what the end goal of switching to this language system is, to get everybody on a consistent payment and settlement messaging system, and then ultimately be able to use digital assets to settle these payments instantly to bring the velocity of money back to the global economy. The one-stop shop will provide an overview of the ISO 20022 basics and timelines alongside the online curriculum, feature insights from BNY Mellon experts, external speakers such as Swift, as well as associate learning modules covering a range of topics from basic and must-know information about ISO 20022, the latest news on the progress made by the major RTGS, real-time gross settlement systems. I tell you what, to me, this is pretty exciting, especially when we understand to help enable the next step of the global interoperability new messaging system of ISO 2022. Ripple is now a part of the standards body committee for that organization and the first member focused on distributed ledger technology. Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, this is no longer a guess. This is when, not a if, it's a when. And then ultimately, once that's in place, it'll be when do they access settling with digital assets, right? So it's really a two-step when. But that, to me, I don't know many things that I could invest in my life and feel like I forget the if, it's just a when. Not financial advice, but that's where I'm at on this day. Looking right here, CoinsKid says it looks like we have found support on XRP. You can see that we went as low here and dipped down into obviously that 110, 115 range, and we came back up quickly to find support where we are now at the 122. He does see further upside for all of us, so that is exciting to me. Not financial advice from me or anyone else, but this has been a good day. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe, leave a comment below, share with somebody you know. Check out all the links in the description and comment box. They are products and services I use each and every day, and they are trusted, vetted links. There's great specials and deals to all of them, but you gotta click the links. I'll catch all of you on the next one.